Good afternoon, everyone. So, those people who are watching me online, you can put up your message so that I can address your queries, okay? Anything that you are having, you can ask, all right? Few people are sitting here as well. They can directly interact with me. Other people, please do note that you can put up your queries, any query, anything that you want to ask, all right? So, we'll talk about PSIR Optional. But before that, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Rajeev Chauhan, and I have been teaching for more than 11 years, approximately 12 years in Delhi. I was the faculty of Drishti IAS Delhi before leaving there, coming to your own city, Bangalore. As far as in UPSC's experience goes, I have written all 6 mains and 4 interviews. And before that, I was working in London as an analyst in HSBC Bank. And before that, I was in my college. Okay. Now, when we talk about optionals, any optional for that matter, any optional. Optional is rather the most critical decision that one must take, and take with complete rationality. We take up optional subject based on emotion. Well, that doesn't help. It has to be essentially a rational decision. Why I emphasize so much so on optional. Optional is the only thing that can make you an IAS. If you are not good with optional, you cannot clear it. Logic is very simple. If you score 450 marks in general studies, then you are in the top 20 bracket. In the past experiences, if you see, then 450 marks, that is 45%, that is one of the best marks in general studies. So the latitude of scoring high in general studies is very less. Truth is that, okay? We can plan, program, some of the areas are there where UPSC is weak, some of the areas are there where you are strong maybe. So that way, if you do the permutation and combination, we can reach up to 450 by our hard work, by our skill set. But before I would explain anything else, I want to ask one question, simple question. How much marks one should score overall, mains plus interview? Okay? How much mark we should score that will get single digit rank? Approximately percentage, in percentage terms. How much we should score that our ranks will be in top 9, not 10, double digit नहीं बात कर रहा मैं. 60%. Okay. Actually, it's 50%. If you score 50%, 100% sure your rank will be 1 to 9. Okay. If you score between near about 52%, your rank will be all India rank 1. Okay. How much you can score in optional? What could be the possibly the highest marks in optional? Any optional. I'm not talking about PSIR. At random, tell me. Out of 500, I'm saying. 200, okay. 260, okay. Highest mark ever scored by anyone in any optional is 368 marks in mathematics optional, okay. Even Kanish Kataria scored 363 marks in optional. Highest mark in political science is 330 marks. And in most of the optionals, I won't say only political science, in most of the optional, every year people scored more than 300 marks. Now 300 is 60%. 300 is 60%. Means if so many people are scoring, why can't we score? We can also score that much. If other people are scoring, we also hold the ability to score that much. Am I incorrect? कर सकते हैं ना, अगर कोई और कर रहा है, why can't we? We can also do it, and we will certainly do it. So I started with the point that optional is make and break. If you are poor in optional, then chance of selection become very slim. So optional is one area where you can score 60% mark. Overall, 50% you are getting, means 1 to 9 rank you will fall. And it has been the record of last 15 years, you can check. इसीलिए मैंने UPSC report निकाला, ठीक है? This is not the report, that latest report published by them. Let's talk everything on the basis of evidence. Tomorrow you are going to become the policy maker. How are you going to make policy when you do not have evidence? Otherwise, any policy, कोई भी policy रखो, कोई scheme रखो, it will become rhetoric rather than evidential. So you have to support, when you write answers, it has to be supported by certain facts, right? Then only we'll get marks, otherwise we'll not get marks. So whatever I say, I'll put up it as fact. That's why when I came, I opened this particular report. I'll show you another report as well, okay? For the last 11 years, PSIR is the best performing optional. And the interesting thing is that most of the people who were selected with PSIR as their optional, most of them had non-humanity background, and most of them were actually engineers and science graduates. It means that you do not need any expertise as such to score well in this particular paper. This is the first thing. Secondly, I am claiming, I could be lying, I am claiming, but the best performing optional in the last so many years, 11 years to be very precise, 11 years is PSIR. Let me show it to you. ठीक है, एक बार देख लेते हैं. This is the latest report. Now it will come. Okay. How many people appeared and how many finally recommended? Okay. This is the list of all the optional. Some optional are not here, okay, because no one appeared in mains with those optional. That's why it's not mentioned here. All right. Otherwise, list is big. Agriculture optional, 152 students appeared in mains and 11 finally got selected. Then you have animal husbandry, वो सब में बहुत कम होता है. 10 people appeared, no one got selected. Then you have anthropology, 1800 people wrote and 139 got selected. Botany, again, not very performing. High performing optionals. Let's see, chemistry, their science optional, civil engineering, commerce, account, economics, 272, electrical engineering, geography, 1260 appeared and 94 got selected. Geology, history, law, okay, history, again, not performing as good as used to be, okay. Let's see literature, Assami literature and all this literature. Hindi literature is the best performing among literatures. So you can see 42 students are, okay. And you have other literature, Sanskrit, Tamil, Telugu, Urdu, Kannada bhi hoga kahin. Kannada literature, can you see it anywhere? Kannada, ये है ना, 8 students got selected, ठीक है. And let's come नीचे, mathematics, अभी nowadays it's a good performing optional, 53 got selected, ठीक है. Medicine is also performing well these days. Political science, यहाँ पे 36 number पे 187 students, okay. Then sociology, 143 got selected, ठीक है. And other optional statistics and zoology, they are like less performing optional, okay. This is one report. Another report I'll show it to you. This was the latest report, ये भी report देख लो. You guys are UPSC aspirant, so everything has to be based on evidence. Without evidence, neither believe nor ever claim anything. Okay. Agriculture 12, animal husbandry, Anthro 90. ठीक है, botany, civil engineering, economics 25. Okay. Geography 66. Geology, history 25. Okay. Then literature, Hindi literature, I told you among literature the best performing is Hindi literature. Okay. And have Tamil, Telugu, Urdu, Kannada literature 7 people, 8, 7 near about. Okay. Management, mathematics, I told you these days performing well. Okay. Political science 140 selection. Okay. Sociology 92 selection. Okay. Geography कहाँ था? Geography भी ऊपर होगा. Geography 66 selection. Okay. This is the original report published by UPSC. Every year they come out with report. If you scroll down to any report, the gap will be even bigger. Okay. So now the question is why it is the best performing optional. This is a question that we have to ask ourselves. है कि नहीं? है यहाँ तो evidence है, but why is it the best performing? One reason. Before 2014, I would say, this particular optional was not at all a taker optional. No one used to take it. Okay. People had interest in public administration, but if you see the result of public administration, this is horrifying. It was one of the best, not one of the best, it was the best optional. Public at 31. Okay. So, why? Reason is, in the year 2013, UPSC changed its pattern. Okay. And the new pattern that we are studying in our classes, okay, that new paper, 1, 2, 3, 4 paper, if you closely observe and read the syllabus, and you study the syllabus of PSIR, you will find huge convergence. Most important factor is this factor alone. Best reason is this, real reason is this. When 2013 when things changed, the new pattern was there. Not many people were understanding ki kya hai, nahi hai, so many things. But when they got time to understand and analyze the syllabus and choose the optional, they chose it. Now, if I tell you the level of convergence with political science and the GS syllabus, in terms of marks, it falls between 320 to 360 marks. Means out of 1000 marks question, you will be able to solve with the help of just one optional. You have not read anything, you have read was only PSIR optional, and then you are writing the mains examination, you can solve questions that total marks that would range between 320 to 360. Why I am giving you a range? Reason is sometimes it is near about 330, 320, and sometimes it is near about 360. And there was this time when 370 marks question also asked. That's a rare occasion, but okay. So safely we can say, let's say with 330 is something that convergence we are having. Now, if you compare, then there are certain optional which has convergence with general studies syllabus. For instance, as far as convergence of history goes, then you will get 8 questions. You will be able to solve 7 to 8 questions in your mains. 7 to 8 question means near about 90 marks. Okay. If you take geography, environment ecology, and disaster management, then geography has the second highest after PSIR. Geography has the second highest convergence. All right. It will be something around, if I would say, then I can say near about 180 marks. It's in your hand. paper 1 and paper 3. If you club it both, then public administration also has convergence. Convergence in paper 2, governance and polity, constitution polity. Constitution polity plus governance. Governance is 3 and polity govern 9. 12 question you can solve. Okay. 12 question you can solve easily if you have public administration as their option. But political science, the best part is that it is a diversified subject in the sense that you have complete polity, Pura, constitution polity is there, international relation is there. Now it covers the entire paper 2, 250 marks is in your basket. Now when you come to paper 1, in paper 1 we study this modern history, right? है syllabus में. We study little bit of world history as well. In world history they have themselves written industrial revolution, socialism, and capitalism, and likewise, etc., etc. they have written. Okay. Now what does this signify? का मतलब क्या है? का मतलब है कि these are the thing that is there in political science syllabus. If you read political science syllabus, paper 1 section B, it says the different phases of Indian national movement, starting from the era of constitutionalism to Gandhian mass struggle, comma, then it says, okay, I'll bring out the syllabus if you want, okay, then it says that after that it says that the revolutionaries, ideology of revolutionaries, Bhagat Singh and all this, then it says peasant movement, then it says left movement, then it says women's participation. All these are there in your modern history. Again, convergence is there. Paper 2 convergence, paper 1 I told you, world history and modern history, there is convergence. Let's come to paper 3. In paper 3, you have certain topics. For example, in economics, you have this topic like green revolution, you have topic like land reforms, you have topic like planning, you have topic like developmental policy post-independence. These are the things we study. These are again the thing that we have to study in paper 1 section B. Okay. Now let's talk about internal security a little bit. Is there convergence? Answer is no. Okay. I would not say that there is any convergence, but if you want to write, see, you cannot see the matter of internal security only from the perspective of internal security, because there are agencies which is outside India, they are also involved in disturbance in India. What do you think? This issue that is going on in Manipur, is it only Indian related ethnic issue? No, it is financed by someone else. Border area problem, is it only related to internal security or it is related to India's relation with Bangladesh as well? Internal security related problem in Jammu Kashmir, is it only about our issue or it is funneled through Pakistan as well? So everywhere you will see there is external factors involved as well. Security is not something that we can define, we can delineate, we can functionalize only from internal security perspective. So people who get good marks in internal security, remember I told you there are areas where UPSC is weak and there are areas where we are strong. In which area you are strong, I don't know. But in which area UPSC is weak, this is one such area. 3 question cakewalk, but you have to write functionality from international relation perspective as well. Wahan pe you can score 55 to 60% marks. This is the area where UPSC is willing to give you marks, but are you ready to take marks? For that your understanding should be little different from the ordinary crowd. Okay? This is about paper 3. Rest science tech and we have no role in international relations. Other macroeconomics and all these things, we have no role in international PSIR. Now, let's talk about paper 4, ethics paper. Okay. Paper 4 previously when we used to give examination, ठीक है, that time those student who had good grasp over case study portion, they used to score well. बहुत अच्छा. Okay. Secondly, after few years, 3-4 years, every student knew how to write case study. Format is fixed, 6-7 different types of questions are there. Already the templates are made. We just have to fill it based on the case study. Okay. So these days, case study doesn't play a role in your marks. In everyone gets average. Maybe you might have written few things in terms of solution which attracted the examiner. So ho sakta hai, you might get 2-3 marks additional. Okay, so case study is not a determining factor. So section A, the questions are determining factor for your marks in paper 4, and paper 4 is the only area I am telling you where you can score with not much effort, you can score more than 50% marks. I'll tell you how as well. Now, so what determines marks in paper 4? One thing that determines, there are 3 questions, okay, which are purely philosophical in nature. Okay, if you see, every year you will find those 3 questions, okay, 10 mark, 10 mark, 10 mark, 30 marks question. Okay, now that 30 marks question requires you to have certain philosophical depth. Certain philosophical depth is what is needed as far as such questions are concerned. Now, only 2 optional subjects student have that kind of refined understanding. One is philosophy optional, other one is your political science optional. Okay, because the people, they are asking Plato, Machiavelli, they are asking Aristotle, kahan padhoge aur? Nowhere it is there. Either it is in philosophy or it is in. Now, one very interesting thing I'll tell you. Highest marks till date, since 2013 till 2025. Highest mark in paper 4. Can you guess out of 250? Highest mark. Any guess? Doesn't matter. We are here to learn. 200. Okay, all right. That will be phenomenal marks. Agar 200 kisi ko aaya to. Okay. Anyone else? Huh? 160. Okay. Yes. Highest mark is 168. Second highest marks is 163. Third highest marks is 160. All 3 people. Do you know what optional they had? PSIR. There is a copy. You can check in internet as well. Visakha Yadav, World India Rank 9. You can check the copy. It's there on the internet. Test copy. It's there. Phenomenal answer. But the kind of examples he has quoted, kind of quotes he has put up. Okay. Now that kind of quote, that kind of example, normal other optional student cannot quote. It is only studied in P. Nowhere else. That gave her an additional edge. That's why a score. Because see, problem is, try to understand. Thoda samjho. What is the psychology of examiner? Let's understand. We don't understand. We prepare in a linear manner. Linear manner preparation will never yield result. You have to reverse engineer. Let's understand. I am the evaluator. Okay, let's understand the psychology of an evaluator. I am the evaluator. I am doing the most boring job in the world. Why? Because it is monotony. Everyone, kahin kisi ka handwriting acha nahi hai. ठीक है, so much of overwriting is there. Again, reading the same answer again and again, and 25 copies they have to check in one day. Okay. Now, if you are an evaluator, you are bound by the secrecy clause. If I reveal in the outside that I am one of the evaluator of UPSC, then UPSC will take action. On affidavit we sign it. UPSC will take action and you might be in jail. Complete concealment You cannot say. तो पहला चीज मैं बाहर बता नहीं सकता. I am the evaluator of UPSC. ठीक है. No motivation. Second, how much money do I get? Second motivation, money. पैसे दे दो. Trust me, they get less than what coaching institution pays to the evaluators. ना पैसा, ना नाम. These two things gone. ठीक है. And the job is monotonous. ठीक है. Every day I have to come and sit and read the same script, same problem, same something. So remember, you have to make him, force him to read your answer if you want 450 plus. Why? हर कोई तो ये बोलता है. Keywords should be there in the answer. Have anyone ever told you why keywords? Because they don't have time to read 44 page का एक bundle होता है. I have to read all those 44 pages. Okay, same cheese. Okay, uninterested kind of job. I will not award anyone any additional mark unless I see something. Okay, that's why they say that first you think about scoring average. Keywords will give you average. Example will add 0.5 marks additional to your answer. That 0.5 marks in each subject is each question. It means 10 marks, 10 marks, 10 marks, 10 marks. The total overall there is increment of 40 marks. You will cross 400. There are certain techniques you have to employ in this examination. Okay. So this example, if it beautifies your answer, then that example has to be good example. Otherwise, everyone is writing the same. Gandhiji, Hitler, Buddha, Mahavir. Bahar niklo. Let's talk about something else. That something else will give you example. Additional marks. So 0.5% means nothing, but 0.5 marks will make you a hero. There it helps, because the diversity of reading for PSIR optional is more compared to it. Okay, international relation is completely different subject. Political theory is completely different subject. Indian political thought and Western political thought is different. Polity constitution is different. Okay. Comparative politics is different. There is no semblance, less semblance, I would say. I can't say no, but less semblance. Okay. So what does this impression? Kya banega? You have examples, quotations, scholars from different area, different zone. Your answer will naturally enrich, and top 3 scorer are from PSIR. It is not because of their more talented, it is because of their examples. Okay. So in paper 4 as well it helps. Now let's talk about essay. See, brutally if I tell you, you don't need any background of any optional to score phenomenal marks in essay. Your knowledge of GS is more than sufficient to score even 160 marks, 170 marks in essay. You don't need any subject specialization. Okay. Many people say, when we say talk about essay, essay is not your knowledge, essay is not just dimension. Essay is a test of your personality before the personality tests, or so-called interview. It's a reflection of your personality. When you write things in 1200 words, it shows how you approach to certain things. Nowadays, for the last 8 years, I guess, 8 years, they are giving 2 questions to pehle bhi dete the. But they are both the section A and section B, both all the 8 questions they will give. Okay. Out of that, we have to choose 2. Section A, 4, section B, 4. So section A, out of 4, we have to choose 1. Here as well, we have to choose 1. Previously, during our time, they used to give 1 question philosophical in nature. Section B used to be little factual in nature. But now, for the last 8 years, they have stopped it. Both the question are philosophical. Okay. Okay. For example, there is this one famous question came. Pura hangama hua tha. Question was, real is rational, rational is real. Ho gaya. This is a statement by Hegel. Hegel, you read in no other optional you read. You read about Hegel because to understand Marx's political idea, you have to understand Hegel. Because Marx says that if you want to understand the world, then you have to Hegel को उठा के उल्टा करना पड़ेगा, सर नीचे पैर ऊपर. Then you will understand. Means everything that Hegel written is wrong. He is saying that. So to understand Marx, we have to understand Hegel first. Hegel's political statement is the statement, the one I quoted. Real is rational, rational is. Okay. So first thing doesn't require subject specialization for essay. If at all, subject specialization, if somebody claims, I'm not claiming, I don't believe it, but if claims, then again two optional. One is philosophy, other one is political. Okay. Now let's come to interview round. In the interview, 60% of the question, 60%, sometimes even more, will be from your DAF, detailed application form that you are going to fill. That 60% question वहाँ से होगा. Okay. Remaining 40% question, they can ask anything, but they are little interested in current affairs. Okay. They are little interested in current affairs. Okay. They will ask your opinion about things that is happening around. So in current affairs, three things are at the top. All right. Always it is at the top. Number one, most current affairs are related to international relations. Okay. Next is economy. Okay. And third is, you can, I will say it's the convergence or confluence of constitution, the polity section wala, constitution and society. That kind of current affairs. So what will be the benefits? What do you think about UCC? What do you think about your for example, there is this example. Okay, there is this recent report that demographic challenge India will face if it controls its population. Normally, what is the thinking? That India population बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया, 145 crore. Okay, so we should reduce the population. But the report says otherwise. It's a counterintuitive thing. It says that if India attempt to deliberately attempt to control the population, then it won't yield dividend, rather it will become disaster. This is a report. Okay. Now that is a social issue plus constitution ka dono cheez hai. How are you going to speak about it? They'll ask you to take stand. Kya lagta hai? You should have complete knowledge. All right. So these are the major areas from where normally UPSC asks question in interview. Okay. Now, as far as these two areas are concerned, one is IR, other one is this confluence of polity and constitution plus society, the convergence of these two things. Fine. In these two areas, IR and these two areas, it will help you immensely. Likelihood of asking one IR question is very high. Okay, based on the recent trends, if we go by the kind of question that interviewer is asking, then that is one area from where they are very much interested in asking questions. Okay. So everywhere it is befitting into the scheme of examination. That's the sole reason why. Otherwise, there is nothing. Agar aisa hi hota to previously as well it should give result. But previously they were giving 12 result, 15 result, 30 result. If I go and show you reports which is like 13 years back report, then you will see that what I am saying, that 20 result, 23 result, 25 result at best that. Okay. Last year, topper 1, 2, 3, I guess. If I remember 1, 2, I'm sure. Third का मुझे sure नहीं है. All three has had that PSIR as an option. Reason I told you. Okay. Acha. So now one question is there that many people say PSIR is little lengthy. Two things I'll tell. Lengthy answer to this question is yes. How much lengthy? Near about, I'll say 15% more than other subject. 3 optionals are there, which is lengthy, other than science optional. Sciences optional are very, very lengthy. In humanities, we have 3 optional, which is, whose syllabus is 15% more than other subjects. This is one of the common apprehension in a student. Now, geography, history, and PSIR. Okay, 2 reasons I'll say why it is bigger. First thing, that in many optional, they have not completely defined the syllabus. They will write only the word modernism, khatam. But here they will write you modernism, post-colonialism, everything. Okay. So when words are more, teacher is bound to teach that. But when modernism is there, onus doesn't lie on me. Even if I tell you modernism and they ask postmodernism, that's not my responsibility. I cover the syllabus. First thing, understand, expansion of syllabus is there in all these three optional. Okay. Secondly, that syllabus, if you see a little bigger, it will appear, but same thing is repeated again and again. Syllabus, if UPSC gives me the assignment to redesign the syllabus, you will see the syllabus will squeeze. अब देखो लिखा क्या है, Karl Marx पढ़ो, Antonio Gramsci पढ़ो, and then again they will say socialism, again they will say Marxism, then again they will say Marxist theory of state. Same thing we are repeating thrice. Same thing. Marx को जो बोलना था बोल के मर गया. Right? I can't change anything. Now, can I? Do I have the ability to change his? I can criticize. This is good, this is bad. Later, whatever he has to say, he said it and done. But here, repetition is there from different perspective. They are asking you to look at the same phenomena from different perspective. Okay. That's why there is a repetition. Other subjects, repetition is less. Here, repetition is, that's why it looks bigger. That is one of the apprehension that students have, and rightly so. Okay. Rightly so, I won't say that they are not incorrect. ठीक है कि वो लोग सही है, but yes, 15% additional. Now, one more thing I would like to say. If you want to score 300 marks, any optional, same amount of hard work you have to inject. We have absolutely no choice but to inject the same amount of hard work. Okay? Remember, plain answers doesn't give you marks. If the question is very static, for example, if I frame a question, you tell me, diversity is one of the chief characteristic feature of Indian society, quote unquote comment. This is one question, straightforward question. We have huge diversity, cultural diversity, physical diversity, so many of linguistic diversity, racial diversity, हर चीज है, मानते? ठीक है. अब इसी क्वेश्चन को मैं चेंज कर देता हूं. Globalization has brought a massive change in the diverse ethos of Indian culture, quote unquote comment. Okay. In first question, remember, you are constrained by time and space. Space is also fixed. Copy mein space fixed रहता है, you know that. Time 3 hour fixed, मतलब 7 minute, 8 minute जो भी है. All right, that much we are gonna get. Okay. In 7 to 8 minutes, what best you could, cannot innovate a lot. Whatever is there in your mind, you just write it down. That's it. Okay. So in the first question, it's a static. You cannot innovate, you cannot write anything additional compared to other student. They are equally prepared. But in second question, if you have the ability, that analytical ability, now you can score 1 mark additional compared to the first. Okay, how globalization is shaping it, that is dynamism. Okay, otherwise, if you want to make the first question even dynamic, you have to link it with the changing ethos. The second question, you have to change it. That paragraph or that point, heading, subheading, जैसे भी लिखते हो, that will give an impression that ये कुछ अलग लिखा है. That additional thing will give you additional. Okay. So dynamic questions are, अभी तो आप लोग को नहीं पता है. People will अभी तो बोले ये कर लो. Static question 2 we are able to solve. No. Dynamic question gives you more marks. You have to prepare for dynamic question. Static question, no one can score more than average. In dynamic question, we can score 1 additional point. Okay, 1 additional. So when you will be writing mains, that time your teacher will suggest you, if he is genuine, of course. Okay, and he understands the entire UPSC thing. Not many people who teach has understanding of that as well. Okay, आजकल YouTube के ज़माने में everyone become teacher. ठीक है, तो I can't talk about all teachers, but yeah. So if they have gone through the process, then they understand the nuances of UPSC. कहाँ ज़्यादा आता है, कहाँ कम आता है. They will always say, choose a dynamic question over static. Static question you can attempt, you will be happy. लिख दिया sir. I meet students. ठीक है, बोलते सब लिख दिया sir, सब लिख दिया. कौन सा question attempt किए? Tell me which question you have attempted. Then they show it. By the choice of their question, I come to know they will not score more than 240, 50. Choice of question determines your marks. Always choose dynamic question. Okay, dynamic question means dynamic area has to be, then only. Otherwise, you have to put enormous amount of effort to make a static question dynamic. Many students are able to do it, but that requires huge research. You have to resort to internet like anything. Okay, so cumulatively, I would say that these are all the reasons why this particular optional has gone to become number 1 in the last 11. Before that, very few people. Okay, Alok Ranjan Singh was the one topper, came from political science before 2015. Okay, and all in a rank 1, IFS he took. He was from my area. So other than that, 30 years में आप check करोगे तो not even a single topper will be, not even in top 3, because people never used to take it. After that, people started taking because it helps immensely in GS. That is what has made this optional very popular. Now, how will we approach, okay, to the subject? That's another part of our discussion. See, there are things which is critical. Number 1 is your concept building. Okay. Concept building takes time. Okay. Concept building takes time. Covering syllabus is easy, but building concept is little tricky. Okay. Our focus will be to build the concept. If you are good with concept, no matter what kind of question UPSC is asking, it will be from your. And barring the exception of 4 questions in the last 5 years, I'll give you data. 4 questions were there which has not come from our notes. Otherwise, it has come from our notes, all question. And I'm not talking about, for example, they will give you total 8 questions. Out of that, you have to attempt 5 questions. 2 are compulsory. in optional subject, 2 are compulsory, and rest 3 you can choose out of remaining 6 questions. ठीक है, मैं उसका बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ कि 5 question is solvable from the notes. No, I am saying all the question. Okay, last year's notes is also there. It is available in Delhi. Photocopy shop पे आप पता करेंगे तो they will tell you. You can match it. Okay, so everything comes from your notes. What I expect is a regular attendance. If you won't attend, I would not be knowing your progress. Okay, and then I won't be able to help you. Secondly, remember, notes तो कभी भी इतना हो जाता है, बहुत सारा you have to write, then printed notes, and बहुत बल्कि हो जाता है. Bulky thing you cannot revise. Impossible for anyone, not for you. I am not testing you. Anyone. If I would be at that position, even I cannot do it. You need a short notes. Okay? A revision note, you need it. This much I can revise 4 times maybe at best, and this much I can revise 25 times. That's the. So along with the class itself, we will prepare this short notes. The short notes, the flow of the short notes will go along with the class. For example, I have completed one topic, and if that topic is completely independent of the next topic, then I'll say make short notes. If it is dependent with the next topic, then I'll say don't make notes right now. Let me complete the second topic, then fuse it together, make short notes. And you have to show it to me, because short notes बनाना एक art है, not easy. Okay, unless I handhold you for few topics, 4-5 topics, you will not understand what to keep and what to leave. So for 4-5 topics, it is compulsory in the class that everyone should show it to me. That's highly, highly, highly essential. Okay. So short notes is something that will continue. Concept building is something that will focus, and mentorship everyone provide. I'm not saying in Delhi mentorship was difficult to render because huge number of students were there. In a classroom of 200 students, I cannot offer a personal mentorship. For example, I mentored personally to him. Why? What is wrong with him that I should not be doing it? What is wrong with him that I should not be helping him? Okay. So institution Drishti has kept two of the resources who could cater to the demand of those people. But nevertheless, यहाँ पे the benefit is that we don't have batch of that size, 200 student, 300 student. We don't have such batches. Less number of student and personal interaction become easy. One personal interaction, I keep interacting. मैं बातचीत करता रहता हूँ, ठीक है. But one personal interaction is outside the class as well. You have shown me some answers. I have suggested you certain things. Now, those sort of thing is possible in smaller class. 100 class up to the strength of 100, things are quite manageable. This is my personal experience. But the moment it goes beyond 100, I cannot manage. I need resources to manage it. And what resources can provide to you and what a teacher can provide to you, there is a sea difference, huge differences. Okay. So in Delhi, it's not very fruitful, I will admit it. But in this place, it is quite useful because classroom is lesser. 100 se kam manageable, 100 plus not manageable. Okay. So this is what it is. This is all. This is how we are going to go about it. All right. Any question, anything you have, don't worry. Remember, answers are poor answer. No question is horrible question. ठीक है. तो आप लोग पूछ सकते हैं here as well. If you have any question, you can put up here. I don't know. Whatever is the case, आप लोग, if you have, you can ask. All clear? पक्का? Next year's notes will be provided, will be shared in the group. No, 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 no. No. Everything is incremental. First thing you understand, no policy, okay, no policy you will find which is not incremental. Little bit of changes is there. For example, since Donald Trump came, then he has created this mahal in the entire world. Okay, he is a different sort of creature, you know it. Okay, so before Donald Trump, this second Donald Trump, India's relation with USA was stagnant since 2008. Little bit of cosmetic changes were there, not major change. But this guy came, now there is a change. So in international relation, as far as policies are concerned, it for every country, not India, for every country I am saying, continuity is more, change is less. What you got to update, you have to update. For example, in American president came to India, they will sign certain agreements. Now you need to remember the name of the few of the agreements. That's it. Otherwise, most of the thing, for example, relation with Pakistan is by and large constant in the last 80 years. Okay. So what you read today, huge likelihood is that 99% of it will be valid after 15 years as well. Okay. China, Chinese relation, China-India relationship remained same for a very long period since 1967. Relation remains same. Then change happened when Galwan happened. Okay. So continuity is more, change is less. If you understand the structure, इसलिए मैंने बोला concept building. Okay, it's not like, it's optional. Remember, it's not like whatever we have read last year is of no utility this year. No, only cosmetic change, 5%, 7%, at best 10% changes will be. Other than that, okay. Any other question? Anyone? All right, then we'll wrap up, and rest of the thing the institution will inform you. Okay. Any doubt, anything you are having, any personal thing you would like to discuss? For the sometime I'm downstairs, then I'll go. Okay. Thank you very much, guys.